thousands of children in America fighting to overcome disabilities. The Easter Seal Society helps them, but your support is needed. This is Pat Boone. Back a fighter. Give to Easter Seals.
Attention Gloucester County residents. If you're out of work and getting nowhere fast, the Action for Career Employment Private Industry Council program can help you find a job. Take action for career employment. Call 609-853-8371. It's Archie's birthday, and he's older than
Communications in Philadelphia.
This is Field Communications, WKBS TV, Channel 48, Burlington, Philadelphia.
You'll be all right soon. This has taken too much out of you. You've only been out of bed a few weeks. It takes time to regain your strength.
It will also take time to get back what belongs to you.
Yes, but I'm going to, Spencer. I am going to get back what belongs to me.
Of course you will.
I don't care who's alive or who's dead. That doesn't matter.
You're still his widow. That matters a great deal.
I am going to get back what belongs to me. That woman is not Mrs. Schuyler Whitney, and she is not going to stand in my way.
Now lie back, rest. You're not going to get rid of that headache by exciting yourself.
I just got tired. I got tired in that hospital. They just stuck me in looking out at the mountains and thinking about everything that had been stolen from me.
We'll get it back for you. I promise we will, Sky.
You said that in Switzerland. How many months ago was that now?
I promised to try, that's all. You had no proof of your identity, remember? There was a man in this town who had more than enough proof.
He fooled you too, Spencer. Just as he fooled this whole damn town.
Still, there was no point in rushing in and making accusations, especially with you only barely functional.
I'm strong enough. I made it here, didn't I? It's just that I'm tired. I've been walking around the town.
That was foolhardy. What if you'd been seen?
People would have thought you were a ghost.
I wanted to see the places that you had told me about. I wanted to see the Whitney Theater and the dance studio.
Still, you must promise not to be so careless in the future.
I just want to see things happen. I'm so tired of waiting.
It won't be long now, Sky. Trust us. We'll prove that man was a counterfeit. We'll prove that the Whitney estate belongs to us. To you. To you, and not that woman.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Duncan Hines Cakes. So moist and delicious, you know they're Duncan Hines. And by new formula Era, a new combination of powerful cleaners concentrated into 1/4 cup.
Chocolate sauce, soaked in. Motor oil, seeped in. Collis oil, ground in. Unless you clean the dirts that go all the way through, your whole wash isn't clean. That's why we invented Era. Era has the power of cleaners for deep down dirt, for soaked in grease, for seeped in oil, for ground-in collis oil, penetrating cleaners concentrated to put more cleaning power on the stain. Watch Era clean all the way through these 3 layers of tough stains. Put a teaspoon of Era only on the top. Its power penetrates. Rub, run under warm water, and look. Era cleaned all the way through. And when you get the tough stains clean, your whole wash is clean. Era cleans all the way through.
Got a minute? Duncan Hines got a new idea. Delicious new desserts with American Dash.
With just one pan, one Duncan Hines mix, no more than 3 ingredients, and no more than 35 minutes of your time, you can make a velvety and vanilla dessert easily, like this tunnel cake. Start with Duncan Hines Angel Food Cake Mix. Bake in a 2-pan. Slice off a 1-inch layer. Hollow out a trench. Fill the trench with a mix of chocolate pudding, milk, and whipped topping. Replace top and frost with remaining topping. Wasn't that easy?
Delicious. Some cook.
Duncan Hines desserts with American Dash. In magazines now. Watch them dash through it.
Please, please, I don't want to talk anymore. Maybe if I can sleep, I can get rid of this headache.
Oh, let me. This always helps. Libby will make the headache better. Just relax and trust me.
Yes, that always does make it feel better, Libby.
You've been improving steadily these past few months. Just the fact that you were able to get around is a good sign.
Are you sure that no one saw you when you were skulking around town like a ghost?
No, I don't think so.
Was there anyone you wanted to see?
Yes, there was one person.
Who was that?
Girl I met in Samaritz. She was the first memory I had when I woke up in the hospital, and when something is with you, as long as that, it becomes part of you.
But you don't even remember her name, do you?
I remember it very well. I remember everything about Valerie. You know, there was a photograph. Nurse Mannerheim said that I had been carrying it with me. It was the only thing that I was carrying.
Yes, there was a photograph. But it disappeared some time ago. I don't know where.
What difference does it make? She's probably long married by now. Oh, fat and ugly. You have a new life to lead now, Sky, as soon as you're well.
He's not well enough to stay here alone. I think he's got to be moved.
Where?
Where he can get some attention. Where he won't wander off and get another headache.
We can take him to my place. I've got a suite, so there's enough room. And I can say he's my husband.
You could say that, couldn't you, Libby? All right. That's what we'll do.
Here you go, Calvin.
Oh, thank you, Nicole. You know, I usually drink my beer out of a can, but I think I could really get used to it.
Well, this is penthouse living.
Oh, and not bad, I might add, not bad.
So go ahead, finish your story about New York.
Oh, New York. Well, I don't know. What can you say about New York? It's all there. All the good and all the bad. It's all right.
Oh, it sure is there, isn't it?
Well, how is Star? You finally got to see her, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. You know, actually, the show wasn't all that hot, but she was terrific. She got 4 curtain calls.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Yeah. You know, Miles keeps promising that we're going to take some time off, so maybe we'll include New York in our plans and go and see Star.
Sounds great. Be sure to tell me. I mean, she would be tickled pink to get you some house seats.
Well, there's no hurry. Miles keeps promising, but it hasn't happened yet.
Well, what about you two? You ready for a little vacation?
Oh, we'd love to, but we just can't afford it.
Oh, my heart really bleeds for you guys living in penthouses. By the way, what's happening with this theater thing? Is it really all washed up?
Yeah, I'm afraid it is. I mean, Jim has hopes of saving it, but I don't see how.
It's such a pity. Raven had no right to be so cruel.
Yeah. Hey, listen, why don't the two of you go to New York and try your luck? I mean, you could be a team.
No, we don't have plans to travel.
At least not to New York.
Mm-hmm. Do I surmise you've got plans to travel elsewhere?
Well, we've had a bit of news, Calvin, about Jody's mother. She's very ill. And there is the possibility that Jody may be going to Springfield in a couple of days to see about it.
And if she goes, I'm going with her.
Oh, my goodness, the dinner. I just thought of it. Excuse me, I'll be right back.
Sure.
Well, Calvin, I am really glad you could come over tonight. I'm just sorry Damien couldn't.
Yeah, well, he really wanted to, but he had another date with a certain lady.
Mrs. Saxon, it was really very gracious of you to invite me to join you.
Hi, Damien.
You're doing me a favor.
I needed a dining companion this evening. I don't like dining alone at home.
Oh, I'm sure that's true, especially with Raven being gone.
Oh, of course. I don't see much of Raven, even when she is here.
Well, I meant since she's been mourning the death of her husband.
Yes. That was the only thing that curtailed her activities.
But I have an idea that this holiday is going to mark the end of Raven's mourning period.
Have you heard from Raven at all?
Not a word.
You know, I have to say, Mrs. Saxon, I'm really very glad that she's no longer mourning Sky's death.
After all, Damien, he was her husband, and she did love him.
Yes, but he was much more dangerous for her than she's willing to admit. I'm sorry, Mrs. Saxon, but I'm still convinced that Sky Whitney meant Raven to be his third murder victim.
I wish you hadn't said that. After all, he was the man she loved, to say nothing of being my nephew.
I know.
I don't think there's any harm in letting Raven preserve her illusions about Skylar. And I have an idea that somewhere deep down inside of her, she realizes the full truth. After all, she does have pride.
Yeah, she does have pride. In truth, I have to say that I admire that about her. I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
Well, I thought this restaurant had more class.
What do you mean?
Well, I just saw an old friend of mine come in. I didn't even know he was back in town.
Well, look who's here, Taylor, isn't that it, Taylor?
Tyler, detective to you, pal.
Oh, that's right, Detective Tyler, I forgot. How are you?
I'm doing okay. What are you doing back in Monticello? I thought you'd be sick of this place.
Oh, I'm going to open up a little business here. By the way, this is my new secretary, Bobby Kenilworth. Say hello, honey.
Well, hello, honey.
I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Geraldine Saxon.
How do you do?
Hello.
Mrs. Geraldine Sachs. I've read about you in the newspaper. Oh, I've always wanted to meet you. Let's have lunch sometime.
Not now, honey. Tell me, Mrs. Saxon, the lieutenant here is a good friend of yours?
Oh, yes, indeed.
I'd be very careful about what I talked about with the lieutenant. You see, he has this terrible hang-up about instant replays.
A real lieutenant? Like in the TV shows?
No, honey, not quite. You see, the detectives on television, they almost never get killed. We'll see you around.
It's been a pleasure.
Say goodbye, baby.
Goodbye, baby. And goodbye, Geraldine. I hope to see you again sometime. Eddie, you didn't tell me you had all these important friends. That's Geraldine Sachs.
La 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 la. Da 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 ba da ba da da ba da ba da 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 ba da ba da da ba da da. Pillsbury frosting supreme. Pillsbury frosting supreme. Da ba da ba da. Da ba da ba da ba da. Da ba da ba da da ba da da.
Pillsbury Frosting Supreme. So smooth and creamy, you can spread it with a paper knife.
Sears presents the Absolutely Plush Carpet. Because of a special arrangement with a leading carpet mill, Sears can bring you this quality carpeting for just $9.99. Compare Absolutely Plush to a Sears carpet costing $9 more. Both 42 ounces durable nylon, both plush pile, both treated with Scotchgard carpet protector, but the price is different. Absolutely Plush, only $9.99. While quantities last. For sensational carpet values, you can count on Sears.
Hello? Oh, hi, darling. We're all here just waiting for you. What? Go ahead. I'm listening.
If you ask me, I don't think Jody has any obligation to go up there and see her mother. I mean, let's face it. If the situation was reversed, her mother would never do the same for her.
What's the matter? Didn't you hear from her when you were in the hospital having your operation?
Well, I wrote her a letter, but I never received an answer.
And she never sent back so much as a get well card. I think that says it all.
Well, it doesn't, unfortunately. I mean, my mother is capable of not feeling guilty about something like that. I'm not.
Yeah, I know exactly what that's like. So, it's up to you to do something about it.
Well, it means that we're going to have to bite the bullet and go see her for Jody's peace of mind.
Guess what?
Well, if that was Miles, he's going to be late for dinner.
But there is some good news. He said he just talked to a doctor friend of his, two of them, as a matter of fact, and they have agreed to take over his practice for a little while.
That's great. Now you can take your vacation.
Congratulations. You deserve it, Nicole.
Well deserved, yes.
All right.
And he also mentioned something else. He said that he thought our holiday should include a little side trip to Springfield.
No.
No, that's not fair. No, you should be going to Europe or something, right?
It just means Miles has to visit another patient.
Well, you argue with him, then I'm not going to. I think it's a great idea.
Do you know what? You are too nice. You are so nice, it's disgusting.
Could I interject a little practical question here?
Go ahead.
Did anybody call Mrs. Travis to tell her that you were all coming?
Well, we only found out that she was ill a couple of days ago.
Well, might be a good idea to let her know, don't you think?
I think Calvin's right. She may not be there anymore. She could be in the hospital, for instance.
No, Dr. Hilmer said that she refused to go to the hospital. I guess you're right. I think we should call, don't you think so, Jody?
Well, I don't really know if I can speak to her. I mean, I haven't talked to her in years. And there's another problem. When I was living there, we didn't have a phone, and I really doubt it if she has one now.
Then how does Hilmer know her condition?
Because of that neighbor. What was her name?
Mrs. Ingersoll. Yeah, Mrs. Ingersoll.
Well, there, you've got her name, we've got her address. All I have to do is call up information and get her telephone number. Would it be all right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, good.
It's just the thought of hearing my mother's voice again.
Boy, the garbage that gets dumped in my sink, the food stains are bad enough. But there's germs there, too, and that worries me. So I do more than clean. I cometize. See, Comet disinfects, too. And for cleaning, you can't beat it.
Comet with Chloranol was made to clean tough, greasy food stains better than other leading cleansers. And that's not all. It kills most household germs.
So don't just clean your sink. Go all the way to Cometized.
How about a bath, Tiger?
Wait, it's too hot.
Well, it feels just right to me.
It won't to Davy. To a baby, just right means special care.
Even his clothes have to be just right. So I wash them in this for that ivory snow softness. I think it's just right.
Ivory Snow starts with pure soap. That's what gives baby's clothes that ivory snow softness.
It's soft.
Just right.
Ivory Snow, just right for baby's clothes.
Lettuce, turkey, almonds, and shrimp.
Sure there's room?
Bet of course.
I'll get the oil.
Heavy oil on this?
Crisco oil's light.
Looks light. Well, how's it taste?
No oil tastes lighter. Here.
No heavy, oily taste. This dressing makes my salad great.
Yeah. Lucky there was room for it.
Crisco oil. For salads that taste delicious with no heavy, oily taste.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Ingersoll?
That's right. Who's this?
Hello, my name is Nicole Kavanaugh. I'm calling for my sister, Jody Travis.
Oh, any relation to Leonie Travis? She's my neighbor.
Yes, that's why we're calling. Because we thought that you might be able to put her on the phone.
Oh, well, that might be some kind of parlor trick. I mean, she ain't hardly out of bed She's sick, you know.
Yes, we do know that. That's why we wanted to speak with her.
Oh, well, look, honey, the best thing I could do is give Leonie a message. You tell me what you want to ask her. I'll tell you what she says.
Well, all right, if it has to be that way, could you please tell her that her daughter, Jody, would like to come and see her?
She never even told me she had a daughter.
Well, she does. And Dr. Hilmer came to see us a couple
Hilmer? Oh, yeah, I know him from the clinic. He told me she's real bad. Leonie, I mean.
Please, just tell her that Jody and some friends will be coming to see her in a day or two, all right?
Hold on. I'll be right back.
I gather she's too sick to come to the phone, huh?
Yeah, well, she's still there at least. That's something.
Yeah, that's something.
You can relax, huh? There's nothing to be worried about.
No, not worried.
Yes, hello, Mrs. Ingersoll.
It's me. I just spoke to Leonie.
And?
Well, I told you what you said about her daughter, and she says forget it.
What?
Well, that's what she said. I mean, she doesn't want to see her daughter or her daughter's friends or anybody else. I'm sorry.
Are you sure you explained to her the whole situation?
Well, I explained clear enough. Take my word for it. She don't want you here.
Well, just tell her that we will be there all the same. Thank you very much.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Heck.
You see my big brother around?
Yeah, he was here. You were supposed to be here an hour ago.
Yeah, I know. I got hung up with a wiring job uptown. Gotta keep the old body and soul together, you know?
Yeah. This body and soul is coming apart fast.
Oh, what a ham.
He's over at the restaurant eating if you want to meet him.
Oh, I think I'll pass. He'll just make me pay for the food if I do. How's he doing anyway?
Well, he's gung-ho on this Raven Whitney scam.
Yeah, I know. That's all he talks about these days.
Yeah, but he's got some refinements. Have you seen these?
Oh, yeah, the pictures of the station house you took. Oh, wait a minute. Don't tell me Smiley thinks we can make a theater out of this joint.
In a way.
Tell him he's crazy. Look, you're talking a small fortune to convert a building like this, and who wants to go all the way downtown to see a play anyway?
It's not that kind of play. We're going to use this building for the scam on Raven Whitney.
What?
We're going to arrest her after she shoots Jinx 8.
You're going to arrest her? Oh, I get it. You're going to arrest her and bring her here to the station house.
Yep. Now look at the next picture.
Okay. Looks like a courtroom.
Night court. We're going to arraign her in here, then we're going to fingerprint her in here, and then we're going to put her in here.
In a jail cell.
It'll scare the wits out of her, and she'll see the light sooner that way. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Huh? I think you like the idea.
Like it? I love it!
And maybe we can get our theater back. Hello?
Hello, Jim? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Johnny, is that you? I can hear you a lot better without you shouting.
I'm calling long distance from St. Eleonora.
What are you using, a megaphone? Relax, kid. Connection's perfect.
Smiley told me to call in tonight, tell you how things are going.
Yeah, well, he was here, but he got hungry.
It takes a long time to get a call off the island. I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm here. What's going on?
It is terrific, Jimmy. No kidding, terrific. Blue skies and white sands.
Cut the travelogue. What's happening with Raven Whitney?
That's the best part. She is the prettiest rich widow I have ever seen.
Well, good for you.
And this is the best news of all, and tell this to Smiley. Raven Whitney is crazy about me.
You'll be comfortable here, Sky, and I'll be able to take good care of you.
I think the best thing to do is to go straight to bed.
Yeah, but look, I'm not going to take your bedroom. I just sleep here on the couch.
That's all right. This is your own bedroom, Sky. Mine is over there.
I don't want you making any sacrifices.
Come along, my poor darling. Let me help you.
Libby, never mind the endearing terms. You're not his wife. Remember that.
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm going to get me some kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. I'm going to get me some kibbles and bits.
Now, your Kibbles and Bits Love and Dog could star in the next Kibbles and Bits TV commercial. When you win the Kibbles and Bits TV Star Sweepstakes, win $25,000 cash. Lots of other spectacular prizes. Check details in Sunday papers and at participating stores. And you could hear your dog say,
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits.
Before my vacation, I decided to go on a diet and lose some weight. I thought I'd try a diet aid to help me eat less. But which one? Well, I chose this, Maximum Strength Dietac. It's strong. You can't buy a stronger, more effective appetite suppressant without a prescription. And it's from the people at Contact. You know something? I made the right choice.
Maximum Strength Dietac. It's strong, caffeine-free, and safe when used as directed. Isn't that what you want in a diet aid?
You know that check you say you're gonna send me for the back rent? Yeah. Forget it. Thanks. I want cash.
Tonight, Fred meets his idol, Red Fox.
way. I wish this could last forever.
So do I. But it can't.
You're not leaving.
I'm afraid so.
When?
Tomorrow.
Oh, no, Lance.
I'd have some business to take care of back home.
Where's home?
It's in the Midwest.
Where?
Monticello.
Monticello?
That's so funny.
Oh, Lance, I have news for you. You're not going home alone.
He's sleeping again.
Good.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that, especially in front of him.
Say things like what?
Remarks about my not being his wife.
It's the truth, Libby. The only reason I brought you in was to make sure that he was well cared for in that place.
Well, I know why you cared.
I cared because I was curious. He looked too much like that other man.
Well, I care just as much. And I consider myself your equal partner, Spencer.
Maybe even more.
God knows I have done more for him than you have.
Yes, I suppose that's true. You did a great deal for him in Switzerland. But you're not in Switzerland anymore. You won't be needing this.
I saw no reason to leave that behind me.
What about this, Libby?
Which chicken noodle soup tastes better, Campbell's or Lipton? Watch.
This one. It has a very good flavor. I like the chicken taste to it. The noodles are firm like I would like them to be.
Let's see what you didn't choose.
Oh, God.
That's your brand. Here's the one you chose.
Lipton. I chose Lipton over Campbell's.
In a blind taste test, people chose Lipton 2-1. Lipton chicken noodle with meat. The taste that beat Campbell's 2-1.
I would buy it for my family, and I think they would love it.
Catch anything, Stan?
Yeah. Chicken.
Good thing I packed the stovetop stuffing.
Oh, stuffing. But Stan likes potatoes.
Let's make both and see.
Stovetop is always perfect with chicken. Sure beats potatoes.
You were right. We've hardly touched the potatoes, and the stovetops disappeared.
Hope you brought more stovetop.
Sure.
In case you hook another chicken.
Next time, instead of potatoes, serve stovetop stuffing and watch it disappear.
Seems as though a harmony is hard to find. Always on my mind. And frustrated days pass without sight. The edge of night, half dark, half light. Do you think we might wake up someday and be aware